Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It should be starting now. I'll check on Twitch.
Yeah, it's up.
Yep.
Nice.
I'll try and make it low latency so I can not too behind. No.
Okay, I'm never sure if I should start the introduction like right when I start the stream or do it a bit later when people are there. Because if we transfer to YouTube, it never makes it because we shorten the videos.
Yeah, you can wait a minute. Just before people are ready to play.
Yeah. I also thought about asking you for the blue tone you're using instead of my green one, but
Oh,
for today I think I'll keep it.
yeah, you can keep it green, but I can, after the stream's done, you can
Yeah.
go through my stuff. Well, I can. I guess I can export my one again because I made some changes to text alignments and stuff, which might help as well.
Yeah, I think it. Or I don't think the initial idea was to have a common thing that any streamer could download.
Mm-hmm.
I uploaded mine to the Google Drive, but yeah, we'll have to see how it works in the future. Could be cool if everyone like uses OBS or so, and they just plug and play, and then they are ready to stream with the overlay and stuff.
That'd be cool. Okay, let's see. Guess I can put this in a mini. Okay. Who are we waiting on for that team?
So, what do you think about the match?
What? Who will win?
Yeah.
We'll see who shows up first. But
Does it affect the first place still, or is it set?
I think THotS needs to win by a certain margin in order to beat first place. But then if CoC can still lose, but like by like 2 points, and they'd be overall ahead.
Yep, I think Google mentioned 150 points.
Okay.
The margin THotS need.
It'll be quite. I imagine, yeah, for the season I would bet on CoC just because I don't think it's going to be a wash. I think it'll be a close game. But could be. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch, I think. Who have we got on? Oh, Bax is cutting it close apparently.
Which is good. Too many delays, too long delays aren't fun to have.
Alright, shall we intro then?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it?
I don't know what to say, but yeah. Okay.
I can do this well.
We are. You do it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, hello and welcome everyone to another match in the Vertex League. And it is the final official match. CoC against THotS, week 14. And both teams are battling for first place. Yeah, we've mentioned it before. THotS have a shot at, or is it CoC? Who has a shot at first place?
I think it's THotS have a shot, but they need to win by a margin of like 150 points.
Yeah.
In order to overtake CoC.
That's yeah, that's the first part of the stream. Then we'll have some we'll have a bit of a season recap and show some stats and I think some high scores and stuff. which should be interesting. And then in the end, there will be one final match, which doesn't influence the scores anymore, but we'll have an All-Stars match.
Special event.
Yeah, especially when... Oh, did I spoil it already? I'm not sure.
No.
Okay,
That's
okay. Which will be 3 versus 3 control as well, just the standard format, and I think the best players, or
Yeah,
the
top
ones
6 players of the season 2 will
Yeah.
be matched up into teams to play to each other.
I think it's the
And
ones
hopefully we'll have a.
that accumulated the most MVPs, right?
I don't know the exact, but it's something like that. Yeah, just most damaging kills
Yeah.
and points contributed to all their matches.
But
I think it's I think it takes into account how many matches they played. So.
Oh yeah, right. Because there were some people who absolutely wrecked everyone, but only played 1 or 2 matches.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the basic plan. First CoC against THotS, then season recap, and then we'll have the All-Stars match for a grand finale of the season 2.
Cool. So our lineups are Risebacks and Rudzu on THotS and Googly Tatsy Inside on CoC.
Seems like everyone got their best players in this match.
No cheating this time.
It'll be interesting to see what maps they play. Whether they'll try any random picks like Blood Temple to make it about other stuff than the fighting, or whether they'll want to make it
the home
feel
team?
like investment.
Commander Conquer is home.
Ah,
Okay, so I think they'll have some advantage if they're able to get enough momentum in the first round. That can carry them through.
okay. So they will play on Ocean Complex on the first round.
Oh,
Yeah, a classic CoC map. Oh yeah, I think we have to move server. This one isn't password protected.
yes.
Oof.
Well,
Big oof.
make sure to hide your streams so the password isn't broadcast.
I'll do it quickly, but
Yeah,
I think
splash
it's
screen.
not it's not super secret.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
just to keep out the noobs,
Yeah.
the bloody
Sure, okay.
noobs, swooping into games, destroying them. Next.
Should we be going to stats or? Yeah, I guess stats. Further.
Oh,
Whoa.
we moved to this wrong server.
Yep, coming. I think we started earlier, but predictions? Who's gonna win this?
I want to see the first round first. It seems I feel like it would be CoC, but I think I would say that Tatsy is the weakest player on in this game at the moment. So if THotS are able to focus him or prevent him from contributing that much, he might have a chance.
But it won't be that easy because Tatsi
No, it
is
won't.
usually a rather tactical player
Yeah.
who often retreats if he needs to, and
Yeah, he's aware of
focuses
his
on
weaknesses.
team.
He's not just like a flat out weak player. He's a strong player which knows when to pull out when
Also-
he's against bad 1v1s.
Also, Bags and Rice are on high ping, but it's like, is that even a thing for them? I mean,
Yeah, they've been used to it for most of the season.
Okay.
And
Wanna
have a restart.
Yeah, first restart because of the point bug. I'm gonna say THotS will take this. Will be a very hard
Really?
one, but yeah, as you mentioned, I think they have the tools to deal with Tatsis staying back and being cautious.
Yeah, you might be right.
Interesting. Bex is playing stuff, so they
Yeah.
will have a
I
bit
think
of
the last
pressure
game he
too.
played, he had a good time with staff, so that might be able to help counter Tatsu's start play and harass Sai and Googly a bit more as they jump around. Alright. Match about to begin. 3. Alright.
Another point bug.
Oof.
And another restart. I have the feeling that it might be bugged for every match now. I think it does that.
I would just go for it. Yeah, it tends to be in the same place anyway, so you still have people run over, but they're just not able to accumulate points straight away. Gives everyone time to move. Alright.
Bobo says I sound like Googly. Yes. Googly, Affinity, and most 90% of German people are literally twins.
Same voice.
Yes, and Swanko, you as well. Okay, match starting.
Everyone's on. Some nice damage to start. Ritsu and Sai. Fagged. Ritsu very low, and Sai. You're gonna have a little duel, and Ritsu's first blood death. Sai closely finished off like that. Tatsi finished off. Spectator and Bax able to keep Googly off the point and get their first little bit of lead.
Unable to capitalize because of the point resetting, of course, which is very unfortunate.
Still a 10-point lead though.
Yeah.
Help.
But I think they lost like 5 points there.
Googly nicely manages to finish off Rise, but he is very low himself, so... Ooh! Sai nicely finished off Rutsu. So they are able to come back a bit and lead now. The spawn points can be quite far here for people to get back. So,
But still a
they are able
head-to-head
to
race.
take point majority. Yep. Just trading points at the moment. We might have to...
Ooh, unfortunate.
Unfortunate fall from Googly. Not the best thing to have straight at the start. Hopefully that does not affect his morale. I'm not sure the point is... Oh, there it is. Finally moved.
But have you seen that? Exactly like I predicted, Tatsi retreats when he has to and waits for his team to come back.
Yeah, the net damages are fairly even as well. They're not going much up beyond 100 on either side. Everyone's playing their part so far. THotS very low on total health, but they are getting the points regardless. All they need to be is a lot here. Ooh, Rutsu finished off by Tatsu, finally capitalizing his low health. Rise going for him, but also needs to... Ooh, nicely cuts down Googly. Very heavy hit there. But it is finished off by Sides. Wild dual sabers. Rutsu alone on the point, but not getting... Ooh.
He's a bit too aggressive.
Yeah.
He is aggressive, but he's managing to avoid much of the damage. They do not have to do too much, and there's enough time for his teammates to get back. Oh, well, Tatsu nicely finished off by him. Sai very low, but the point has moved off. We'll see if anything happens on the way. Googly low as well, but might go for a heavy hit. Sai playing... Ooh! Backs thrown off the platform by Googly. Nice.
Still just the 30-point lead by THotS.
Yeah, they are keeping the lead though. Ooh. Rutsu takes a lot of damage entering, but is nicely finishing off Googly.
Seemed to be a lot of trade kills.
Tatsu very low.
They was even it out.
Swings. Getting close to a 50-point lead. THotS.
And that's what they need. They need
Yep.
to get all the control points. They don't not only need to win, but need a 150 some control point lead.
Realty doing very nice to finish off that Googly there. Side very low. Patsy still playing very defensively. Able to hold off a bit more point gain from THotS. Give them a bit more of a chance to come back.
Googly on the
see
point already.
Googly, yeah, Googly had a spawn that was able to capitalize on the front spawn. Get just a bit more of that difference back. Oh, unfortunate team kill, Paxton Woodsu. Very aggressive play from him, playing into Googly's very jumpy nature, able to bait it. And they're able to get some back, close the gap. As Spectator takes a while. Getting a bit more of that cap close. Finally finished off by Rise though. We'll see if Googly is able to take anyone out before the teammates come back. CoC seems to be just a bit more hoppy and on the around the edge of the point, so they weren't able to get as much as they could have there.
It's like
Ridzu and Googly doing good trades there.
it's a bit like Googly's having a real hard time amassing his usual positive net damage. It's only at okay, he's plus 200 now, but he wasn't earlier.
Yeah.
He usually goes crazy immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe he wasn't warmed up yet.
He was getting countered a bit by Ridzu, they were both doing very heavy hits to each other earlier. But we see here, Sai almost there. Googly doesn't want to jump in at this start. And is very wary of Sai's, Bax's staff. Sai's still managing to hold on. Counter the point gain. Very close gap. Barely anything in it. But THotS are able to take it. They just need to be wary of Googly's big hits. Patsy they can keep back. Getting some damage there. Sai is going to be quite wild with the dualies though. We'll see if the point moves before they move the berries.
And I think Googly has survived to
Patsy
complete
read
points
that.
at almost
move.
0. And now he's executed. Well played, in my opinion.
Oh, Bax nicely finished off by Patsy on the way in. Leaving a 2v2. Googly's there first before Bax. Oh, nicely cut down Patsy. Rise still holding on. Sai doing some nasty damage to Ridzu and finishing off. Ooh. CoC taking a bit of the majority but not getting much points. Now it's 2v2 again. Some loads of near misses here with these things. Googly finishing off her eyes though. Getting their 3-person majority on the point. They are still hopping around the edge, not getting as much as they should.
But maybe if they don't even have to win this round, maybe they just play for keeping the point count somewhat stable.
Yeah, perhaps they are holding back a bit, and then next round they destroy them. Something. They want to give them hope and then completely crush them.
That'd be some interesting psychology. Oh, Googly nicely finished up her eyes. Patsy somehow holding on, doing a bit of damage to her eyes. So I'm going wild with Julius as he does. Oh, Back's almost finished. Rise finished off by Googly.
And the quick
Back's
return.
very wary of getting.
It's very even.
Tutsy.
Yeah.
And now,
CoC is holding up the more net damage, but THotS have just been able to stay on the control points for more time. And even when at low health, getting those points in.
now they got a bit of an edge there on the point. And it's even out again.
Yeah, Very close, yeah. Every kill is tipping the balance just here and there.
1 minute left. I wonder if it's going to 300 at all. Probably not.
At this rate, unless there's a lot of kills. Don't think there will. You see, even with CoC having majority, they're very they jump around a lot. They just jump up the point, which is good for THotS, but still the scoreline is too close. Back's nicely finished off THotS. If they can just stay on the point, keep Rise alive. He's still being very aggressive, probably not tipping his hand, but gets finished off by Sai, backing away from Ritsu. Ooh, Googly finished off. Another 2v2. Sai finished off. Oh, THotS have the lead. 30 seconds remaining.
They want this round, yeah.
Ooh, Googly finish off Ritsu on the way in.
Epic entrance.
Yeah. Will it be enough? Very close. Every
15
kill.
seconds.
But, yeah. I think this looks like a THotS game.
That could be it.
The lead in the start, but they did keep it overall. It was a good game.
It's good for CoC that they managed to keep the point count somewhat.
Yeah, very narrow margins.
Yeah.
Paspir picked by back.
Classic.
So we can see at the end here now that CoC did have very big net damage. Googly was climbing up so early after he warmed up, but wasn't enough to keep the control points with their style of play.
Yeah, but it was still very even. I think most of the time a kill happened, the return kill happened at the latest 5 seconds afterwards.
Sai again with really good stats this round. And Googly with his usual net damage.
How much is he on? 600?
349.
Ah.
Yeah, that was the highest by a lot. Sai, I think, was around 90 or just over 100. And then one of the THotS was about minus 200.
Yeah, Sai's on 178. And Tatsi and Ritsu both are on the minus 300s.
Okay.
Oof. They have to take another map.
Oh, if the control points bugged.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. That's
3, 2, 1.
I think yeah, I wouldn't want THotS to have their map pick pushed out by technical issues.
Okay.
So it seems we'll be changing server to get that working. Yeah. It'll be lots of fun watching this. I guess THotS is a lot more confident in their ability around this map. Although I wouldn't have thought that CoC would struggle too much, but we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, they should have decent movement.
Yeah.
I mean, Bex did even a video on
yeah.
tracking here.
Yeah, I guess he's probably the most familiar, so he'll get an advantage out of this, at the very least.
But the video kinda got obsolete because of the double jump feature.
Well, it works either way. It's gonna contribute to his speed.
It's much
Hopefully,
easier
he's
now.
trained his teammates in that as well. Capture point 0. Oh no. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I think if as soon as the point is off center here, it means it has only this one point. I think it's at the center of the
name
map
as
or
well.
something. I mean, they could battle it out on this one point.
That would be strange.
So guys, there are some technical difficulties. We are on it.
Just
Yeah.
test the other competitive server, and then if it doesn't work on that one, I guess we'll have to change that.
Yeah, exactly, Hobo. It would basically be a TDM match.
Yeah.
But you'd be forced to this one point. Yeah, so the problem is the server doesn't have the control points, and we'd have to reach the Duke.
That's a shame. Big shame.
Oof, I
we
hope
know
the
what
June
the-
works.
Oh, they picked the June.
But if this map doesn't have control points, will the June have them?
Yeah, it should.
I mean, we played it before, so there will be a server that has it working from the last couple of weeks. Even if it's not this one.
I mean, while we're at it. Okay, I think we're switching servers again, perhaps.
Almost there. Almost there.
Yeah, this one isn't password protected, but there's no reason to stay because we're not playing Taspi.
Hello. Alright. It's still a good map. Good map. Lots of mobility. A bit less hazard of falling into lava, but you still have the center and a lot of heights to drop down. It'll be nice to see what happens on the ring point. Hopefully we get that a couple of times. Seems everyone's ready, and we'll start in a moment.
How many people do you reckon will fall with their death?
At least 3. No, at least 2. We might have a couple falls which don't end up dying, but just
Everyone's nervous and they need the win.
I go for the middle and say 4 then. But the donut is one of the best points we have.
yeah, it just tests everyone's footwork and prevents them from just being able to jump willy-nilly around. They really have to be deliberate with every movement.
It seems to be live, but some people aren't moving. Oh,
No,
no,
we
it's another
just
restart.
restarted, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Our next one will be live. Hopefully next season we can sort the bug out on the servers. Oh, Sai already there, taking some full damage from big jumps. Yeah, you might be right with the 5. We'll see how it goes. They're gonna be pressuring each other a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if that pushes people.
Alright, we're live now. Point has spawned. Points are being
CoC
captured.
able to get on this straight away. Everyone's making it up. Nice and crowded point. Ooh, some team damage here as well. Very common. Ridzu's the first to die. Rise doing well to keep his health. And harass. Sai very low. Ooh. Rise finished off by him. And he flies off. Googly finished off by Ridzu. The revenge. Now THotS able to take the lead.
Quick turnaround.
And THotS first to fall.
Number
The
1.
first one. We need a counter.
The pressure of being the last standing.
I almost falling.
Keeping that majority on the point. Just getting that lead despite Bax's death. Ooh,
So
Ridzu nicely finished off. Rise alone on the point. Does some nice damage to Tatsu. Keeping himself full health while his teammates come back. They're taking their time though, getting in. Point will move in 10. So CoC have been able to get just a bit more of a lead here. Unfortunate friendly fire there as well.
A bit like Googly's warmed up now.
Ooh, nasty kill on Sai on the way into the next point. Spawns are closer here though, so that doesn't change too much, but Tatsu's finished off and THotS able to keep the majority. Ooh, Ridzu finished off. Rise having some issues with Sai. Googly taking some big damage. Bouncing around like pinballs. Googly finally finished off. Tatsu very low. Sai getting finished off as well. THotS keeping that point majority. Climbing to a 3rd point lead.
It's good for
Ridzu
them.
finally finished off.
It's good for them when they can apply pressure on such a free-for-all kind of point.
Yeah, Ridzu able to get the point first. Rise getting there very fast as well. We have 4-3. Rise finished off from full health. Nasty hits from Googly. And Bax keeping together.
I think Googly's warm now.
Single-digit health. Finish by Sai. Yes, it's very warm. Red hot, you could say.
Red hot Googly pepper.
THotS keeping their lead in the points, able to cross 100 first. So their point control is a big toss up. Ooh, nasty damage and Rise. Back's low as well. CoC might be able. Ooh, nasty finish off from Googly.
But still,
Ooh,
CoC is in the point
Size and
disadvantage, so they have to get some pressure
yeah.
on the other team.
Lots of nice finishes from the CoC members on that point. The leaders are a bit bigger now. They have to. CoC have to. fight
Very
back a bit
nice
more.
kill by Googly there. He finished Ridzu off in a clean hit.
It's nicely countering Googly. Getting some nice big hits from him this game. As well as ooh, Googly again eventually. Have the point majority, but spawns are close once again. And they are very tiptoe on the point. Thai finished off. Googly and THotS low. Googly finished off just as Sai gets in. Keeping that point majority, but Surprise is finished off, and the point will move into end. Googly jumping straight out the way, unable to keep his feet planted. We go to hologram. Surprise first to get there. Followed closely by THotS.
Ritsu
THotS
fell.
very low though, still from the last point.
Ritsu fell, so we have 2 dying.
He's yeah. That's very unfortunate because THotS was very low. Max finished off by. Ooh. They get the point neutrality back quickly though. Googly being harassed off the point just as Sai jumps in. Got 4-3 victory again. Ooh, Sai almost finished off. Googly finished off, Sai finished off, THotS finished off. A nice team wipe there. Getting that lead back up.
Very strong performance.
Yep.
Rice doing the Googly.
Ooh, nice bit of team damage there. Back to the game. And he gets finished from it. Point has moved though. Hopefully Ritsu will be able to use his spawn to get the fast, but supposedly not.
He takes the long way.
Max finished off. They have the point majority. Ritsu always aggressive though, even when 1, 2, 3. And back enters. Ritsu somehow keeping alive. Googly very low. Lots of finishes happening here. Back's getting out the way. Doesn't want to fight it.
CoC clawing back.
Waits for Rise to come back.
They were 60 points behind, but they are clawing back really nice.
Googly swiftly finished off. But Bax and THotS very low, starting each other. Ooh, THotS finished off, Max finished off, jumping at Googly. Sai doing some team damage. And the point moves again. We'll see if anything happens on the way. Googly taking different routes to avoid that damage. Big entrance, no damage. Ooh, Sai nicely finished off by a very low Rise. Rise finished off by Googly. So to have a nice point lead from THotS, they might be able to hit 300 since we only have 2 minutes left. But will it be enough to win the tournament?
Yeah, good question. Probably not. I think they got 30 point lead last round at most.
Yeah, something like that.
And then that would
they
mean
would
they
need
need
over 100.
Yeah,
Which,
it's not possible.
considering, unless they want to try and force a third round, like a tied scoreline, it seems it won't be enough.
That would be, man, imagine that. They'd lose this one on purpose just to get more points next round. I wonder if they thought of this. Probably not.
It would be interesting to know if they could in the heat of the moment. So that Ritsu falling again, very unfortunate. But it might give CoC that chance to extend THotS' chance of the tournament win. Ooh, nasty damage on backs. Oh, they're right there at the scoreline. They're gonna hit the 300.
And the third fall.
There was
And it's over.
There was it. It was 3 this round.
A 47 point difference. I have to wait for the organisers to tally up everything and make sure. But you were good to call THotS. They done really well this time.
I trust in these boys.
Just I was expecting, it was close games, but I was expecting CoC to have just a bit more of a fight, so we get to the third round. But
I think it could have happened at any time. The matches were really, really close, especially the first one.
yeah, indeed. Would have been interesting to see what would have happened on Taspir, but this was an excellent game to watch as well.
So in theory, thoughts. Let me just think. Perhaps CoC is they are first place, right? And they will keep the first place. Do we know that already?
As far as I'm aware, I don't know for a fact. I'm not a stat man.
Because perhaps CoC were pulling out a bit in this second match, just to eliminate the possibility of a third round in which THotS could get more points.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a lot of metagaming that could have happened in these games.
yeah, so many mind games. Probably none of those mind games actually happened.
Advanced 200 IQ tactics.
Yeah, I think the devs said something about developing a 4D chess mod. Okay, that's the first match, and the final match of the season. Now we'll go to some stats, which Tony and I believe Googly will assemble and give to me, and I'll present them on stream, and we'll talk a bit about them. And after that, there'll be the All-Star match.
The 3v3 of the top 6 players, which we might. Bax is low on time, so we might have to rush that one. We'll have to see how fast they can get the stats together.
Oh yeah. Perhaps we'll have to do the All-Stars match first. I'm just wondering. Ah no, never mind. That comes later. A surprise.
A surprise, yes. Surprise comes later. That compare well with the stats talk anyway. Either way it happens.
What do you guys think of the season so far?
It was good. There was I think the skill gaps were a bit more obvious than I remember from the first season.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of good people came together, and then the others that were playing more for fun also banded together, and then there was a larger gap, say, without wanting to offend anyone. I think it was a good journey this season. We learned a lot, we improved a lot and stuff.
Yeah, it was also a bit bumpy, because the first half was a bit messed up, I think.
Was it? I can't remember.
From my perspective, at least, because I had bad internet.
Oh yeah. I think you had a...
Blackmeisters has to live up to its name, to some respect. But yeah, for Sonko personally.
I think you have a very special view on all the proceedings then.
Yeah, definitely. We had I don't remember the control point bug and other stuff being as big an issue in the first season. So we have a few more technical difficulties here and there. But
I can still perfectly remember the round against Order of Peace, where we lost the round because I died like 3 times from lags.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate time. It's a
Was
good way
also
to
in the
test
last
game,
few seconds of the round, so we couldn't really do anything against that.
Mm,
But
it
yeah,
was.
fun times.
Well, I don't mind them having a round against us.
They deserved a win.
Yeah.
Helga says nice stats. Yeah, I'm just showing a picture of a boar. That's it, guys. Stream's over. You've seen the boar. That's the surprise, the stats, and the All-Stars match. No, just kidding. The stats are being assembled. I hope you have a bit of patience, but we'll try to be fast. Googly's program is printing.
Yes. Fortunately, one of the players is responsible for the stats, so he had to quickly hop off. Rushed to do that. But let's have a look if there's anything we can already start with from earlier. Have you got the All-Stars cards ready? Or not yet?
I think Tony will send them.
Okay.
Could find different pictures of boars and swines or entertain.
Yeah. Give us a slideshow. And what can we go through?
We could talk a bit more about the season. Or...
Yeah, we have in one video of the rankings of the teams as the season went. We can show off quickly if possible.
Perhaps for the viewers, the planned time ahead was like 30 minutes for the stats and then the All-Stars match. So it might be 15 minutes now because Bex is low on time, who knows. But if you have something else to do and do not want to listen to this, you don't have to. But be sure to come back for the All-Stars match.
Yes. I've sent you one video that we can look at the rankings of the teams over the season. If you saw that one earlier.
Is this?
It's a link to the message.
Oh yeah.
Or...
Just a second. I think Google sent something as well right now.
Okay, good.
Ah, we have the final standings. Okay, just one moment. Some nice Leduc references in the chat.
Oh, we have the 14th week standings. Tony.
Oh, it looks like the All-Star teams are announced as well now.
Yep. Yeah, the teams will be Varric, Sai, and Bax versus Googly, Rise, and Rob.
Interesting.
I think both teams have one American player, so
I have the standings on stream now.
Yep. We do have CoC retaining their lead, just about. Tied with THotS on wins and rounds won, and rounds lost. And points gained is just under 300 point difference.
Oof. Just the 50 points difference between
Yeah,
the two
50 points.
teams.
Wow. Exactly 50 points.
Really close.
Very close. THotS did really well to get so close.
Maybe THotS should have done should have gone with the tactics we talked
Of the
about
third
earlier.
round, yeah.
Go for a third round.
Yeah, unless they discussed it beforehand, they would have had to. It would have been hard to think of that on the fly while they're in the game, because they'll be focusing so much on fighting.
Yeah.
They are followed by Drunken Eagles. They have only won 2 rounds less than the first and second place.
Yeah, lost a few more rounds though.
But the point difference is a bit bigger between second and third place.
Yeah, third and fourth is only 5 points difference in accumulated points.
And one match. Yeah, we should have fought a bit harder. Interesting to see it this close, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then RGC did well. They're obviously classic JK players. They did well to adapt and also work with the ping of playing a lot of the European teams.
They are also the last team that are in the positives with points accumulated.
Yeah. It is weird to see Sentence of Death as low on the leaderboard. There's lots of good matches from them.
Yeah, I think they took a big hit when the world event started and Electrino had to pay attention to different things. I imagine that's when things went a bit downhill. But of course, Helgor tried to hold the line. Helgor and was it Akolith? And I think Daddy won.
Yeah,
Played-
Helgor got a couple of the best performances in the game this season as well. We have a couple.
Today we have the legendary Legmeisters.
Yes.
Yeah.
We yeah.
I'd say for you it's the other way around. First season you were severely handicapped by the lag, and then Telecom decided to give you good internet, and then you could pull it back a bit. But of course, after so many matches, didn't quite work out. I reckon.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
season was more struggles with attendance of members. Have some players like Legolas did good for our team, but only able to play a couple matches. And then Norbert was often on a shift thing where it would be a toss-up whether he can join or not, and a lot less warm-ups from us. And then Oop were playing very much for fun. They had some good fun matches to watch, but a couple just horrendous where jumping in like madmen.
Yeah, it's hard competition.
Yes. Very technical game, very easy to have crushing wins and defeats.
Yeah, the first half of the season was my internet thing, and the second half we had problems with gathering people to attend the matches. So we had a couple of 2v2s as well.
Yeah, there's not inherently a bad thing either, but it made it more focused on dueling skill than control points, as you can with 3v3. There's a bit less team play to consider.
I think the Allstars match might be earlier than suspected. I'm gonna move to Temple and try and see if they start. But yeah, might be some minutes I'll put up some more stats. There's a lot of stats. I don't think we'll be able to show all of them. Perhaps after the All-Stars match, and perhaps
Yeah, we'll
Googly might
we'll
join
need
us
some
then.
time to get through all this.
Yeah. Perhaps Googly might join us later and
You'll be
talk
able
a
to give
bit
us
in
more
depth.
insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. Perhaps I could show week 14 stats. That should be relevant enough to the match and this one, and short enough.
Mm-hmm.
Second.
Okay, they are already voting. So I think
Okay.
the match will start soon.
Mm.
Yeah, all right. Then we'll do the other stats later.
We'll show the cards quickly if you have them.
Oh
We
yeah.
have the cards.
Yeah, the cards.
Cards Against Humanity, but I'm not sure. Can't find them. Did Tony put them somewhere?
Oh, here they come.
Okay,
We'll start with Googly. First card in.
I'm not sure if we should do them one by one or perhaps line them up in the teams. Not sure if there's enough screen space.
You could fit it if they're small enough, but we'll do one by one to start with.
All right. Just a second.
I think our first card is Google.
That is right. And here he is. I think I have to look up the legend or the acronyms.
Power, endurance, strength.
Reliability. And teamwork. And dominance, I guess.
Yeah. Googly is just a consistent player. Every time he jumps into point, makes a big entrance. Very able to dominate each individual player on the team. He does have good teamwork, but it's not quite his prowess. He's able to.
I think we need to explain the format. What we'll do is we have one card for every All-Stars player, and we just present them on stream before the match. Yeah, well, it's we are sponsored by FIFA officially. Shaka just we aren't sponsored by FIFA. Just that was a joke.
Yeah, Googly stats almost look like Super Mario. He's like good in everything that is shown there. No real weakness.
Okay. Next up we have Sai.
Nice picture.
He's a smoking ghost. Does anyone want to say something about the stats?
Yeah, he's also very strong in almost every one of them. Teamwork is a bit weaker than Googly's. He's more in the 70s there, 75.
Yeah. He makes up with it with just his ruthlessness. He's able to get on a point and just shred people down with no warning. Which makes him a very strong player. It's hard to approach him if he pushes you off the point.
I think these cars take a bit to make. Only still.
Yeah, they're just being updated with the last stats for this game, I believe.
I think the Smoking Ghost is a very beautiful person.
Very beautiful.
But that's also a chance to appreciate the work that's put into it.
Yes, definitely.
I wonder why he's wearing glasses. Look like he has eyes.
Just to mock his victims.
I think the points in the top left are the overall stat, or was it?
I think
All
it's a
points
sort of a average strength, or it'll be their kind of ranking overall in a sense. And so we've got Googly there at top with 94, Psy 88, and Barracks here 86.
Bringing him up. He of course has the sad Pepe face.
Very sad Pepe face. An incredibly low 33 teamwork, but incredibly high 99 endurance. He's just able to keep himself alive and keep people away.
I think
Yeah,
that's exactly how we know him. He's basically a glass cannon.
Mm.
Yeah, if you got in the way, he shreds. No matter if you're a teammate or not. I think he also has the highest team kill count on this season.
I shouldn't be far off with him then. I also deal a lot of team damage. Personally, I can't blame him. So
It's he has a wild style.
Yeah, it's
Keeps
just
everyone
fun
on
to
their
shred
toes.
people down.
yeah,
I mean,
he likes
no
to
matter
poke a
what.
lot.
Wait for dismemberment.
There'll be arms and legs flying across the screen. And heads, hopefully. Eric says Ragnar and him have the worst team synergy. I wouldn't say so. I think all the matches were really good. I mean, both you and Ragnar always have a lot of net damage.
Yeah, you might. They don't necessarily need the most team synergy just because they're both able to do so much damage by themselves. As long as they keep each other's way,
Yeah.
they can be a great duo.
If the enemy is dead, he's dead, and you get the points.
I mean,
Now,
even if
stats
you
for
do
Rob coming in.
I mean, even if you do a team kill, it doesn't matter as long as you cut down 2 enemies.
We have Robin. Very dominant player. A bit higher in the team stats than a couple of the past other players that we have here. And just very strong, very good technical player. It's not fun to face him, and it's always helps out his teammates that I've seen.
Also, very nice picture with his guitar.
Do we know if it's a real life picture of him or is it a musician?
I don't know.
I hope we're not doxing anyone. I mean, we've doxed Psy because that's how he looks in real life.
I think each player was asked for the photos.
Ah, okay.
So
GDPR conformant then.
Or at least consulted.
Whistle says it's his real life picture. Nice. So he's not a creep like 90% of us are. Just jokes about the gamer stereotype.
He got a bit of a dent in reliability. Is it because he didn't play that many rounds, or?
Yeah, his team was most likely to sub in people. So sometimes he'd be there just for one round. Or at least at night, I witnessed. But
But overall, really strong stats as well.
yeah. More well-rounded than
Next up we have
Nicholas.
Bax.
I think that one was just a mistake.
Trino asks CF clock fans. I think that are still positions from football.
Mhm.
We have,
Here we go, Bax.
Yeah.
American strength. Super high teamwork. Whatever saber style he's using, he's able to take advantage and support his teammates. Very high power as well. I think start of the season he was mainly using singles. Able to deal some very heavy hits, and towards the end just able to outspeed people and out-footwork them with his staff skills. Just a nice, flexible player.
I read in People's Magazine that Bax is one of the sexiest team players of the season.
I don't know. Is there any kind of official vote for that?
The people of who read the magazine decided. And yeah, I mean, look at this picture. It's famous Bax bong, an icon we all love to see.
Would be hilarious if we
Just
do
a comforting icon.
some kind of vote for that.
If there isn't one, we'll do one next season. I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. Dominance, I think.
But it stands for BAM. It stands for BAM. BAM Bax is the sexiest. Yeah, he can be a very dominant player.
I don't know exactly how the stat is set together, but
It'll be stuff like just killing people over and over again in certain matches and things. And we have the last card in for Rise.
Like, it is not Wednesday, my dudes, but it is Rise. Canadian Frog.
I didn't know Canada had frogs. Yeah. A player that's just as we saw Rise in the previous game, always quick on the point. Decent teamwork, decent power endurance.
even though his teamwork is on the lower end, I think in this with that people only Verax is being lower.
No. Yeah, Varax with 33, and yeah.
But his style is also a bit furious. Maybe someone gets in the way.
There is occasionally the bit of team damage, but he usually his aggressiveness against other opponents is usually targeted at them. But yeah, I think that's all the cards.
Yep.
We have that's the top 6 players of this season. which will be 3v3ing each other as a nice event round off. Now, will this... Oh! We have Taspir points fixed, it seems like. So it'll be very interesting to see that played at last. I think we're ready for the final match.
Match is starting.
Yep,
Yeah.
very nice cards.
Yeah,
was-
there are 2 Germans, but also 2 NA players in this match.
3.
3 NA?
Bax, Rise, and Rob.
Ah, yeah.
We have the interesting.
Okay, I think we are live in right now.
Yep. 3. And we go.
Very
It'll
excited.
be
Sorry, yeah.
yeah, go you first.
Verexai and Bex against Rob, Googly, and Rise.
It'll be interesting to see because these players, I don't know how much they've played together. It'll be interesting to see how much the teamwork stats are evident here and how quickly they're able to adapt to each other. We have Verex and Psy, which are on a bit lower end of the teamwork. It'll be interesting to see if they live up to their team damage reputations.
Yeah. I want to see some flashy plays. Some nice tricks and stuff.
Some big nasty hits already going off. But we have Allstars 2 with Googly, Rise, and Rob taking the early lead.
Who do you think is gonna win?
If Allstars 2 can make their teamwork happen, I think they will. They're all strong players, and if the teamwork is strong, they can counter the aggressiveness and unpredictability of players like Verex and Psy. But Bax is a good team player. He can hopefully use his staff to his advantage. As far as I can tell, we only have singles on Allstars 2. So we'll see if that's a weakness for them or not.
Size, of course, playing duels.
Yeah. We have Allstars 2 straight away on the point, but Rob taking a long way around. Yeah, Psy's duels here will be some big pressure. He knocks him off. Max keeping himself high to start.
Oh, 3 on 1.
Yeah. 3 on 1 here. Sorry, yeah. Googly getting cut down by Verex. Have plenty of teamwork we're seeing from Allstars 1, but taking this majority. And it's going to take Blue a while to get back.
Oh, Rob takes down Verax.
Blue have the majority back on the point, but Psy keeping alive, showing his endurance. Taken down. Bax unfortunately taken down by big hits from Rise, but the point has moved.
Rob playing very good now. He has 5 kills on 1 death.
Yeah. Very nice KD. Making a big impact. Nicely finishing off Verax there on the way in. Rise being finished off by Psy though. 2v1. Rob unable to get out of the way of Psy's wild dualies. But we have a team kill from Bax. Unfortunate. The staff was too wild. Rob somehow holding on to life. Just long enough for his teammates to get back. Does a bit of damage on his way out, but not enough to guarantee any hits. Ooh, nasty hit on the side from France. Both of them very low. Rob doing a beautiful entrance.
And like predicted, Allstars 2 kind of have an edge in points.
Yeah. Although Orange able to make a good entrance on this next point. Rob getting nicely finished off by Barracks. I think Bugly hopping about, getting very harassed. They're very, very aggressive with him. Not even letting him have a chance. Very nicely cut down. Rise very nicely cut down. Rob does a bit of damage in.
Alone.
But nicely finishes off Psy.
Yeah, Allstars one really want.
Oh! Nice hit on back. Nice hit on Psy. Rob doing a lot of beautiful maneuvering between targets. And having the highest net damage at the moment in this game. Back's finishing off Googly on the way in to the next point. Psy finished off by Rise, but Rise is very low. Gives Rob some time to get back. We'll see if he's able to finish off someone. Rob's doing very well to hold his own. Couple kills earlier by Verax and Rob. Not able to get away. But seems he's getting accustomed to their playstyle now. Nicely finishing off Psy as well, not letting him get his dualies into motion.
Rob really dominating now.
Going as classic technical knowledge and play. Blue is keeping a nice lead here, over 50 points.
Oh, nice double kill from Googly there.
Blue is a bit low on the health, but
they still have a 50 points lead.
Rob nicely doing damage. Getting another 2k there. He seems to work very well under pressure, able to give a good opening for his teammates to return back into the point. He's finally finished off by back, but not before doing some damage to him. Got Orange getting a bit more of their points back, but we are less than 50 points away from 300. We have 2.5 minutes roughly left. Ooh.
Oh, I think this match
Nice
will
point interrupting.
end on 300 points.
Yeah, one more point move at least. This round looks like it's blue teams.
Rise first one. Point.
Verax unfortunately falling straight away on the way up. It's Prize versus Psy on the point. Verax able to get into the spawn, but very quickly finished off. Verax just going wild. So much happening here. But
Oh,
it's blue team is gonna just trickle over 300 it seems with their majority. Psy isn't able
That's
to. Ooh, Psy last kill on Verax. Finishes it off.
Is it a best of 1 or best of 3 as well?
I believe it's blessed as well. Could be wrong.
Oh, Bags with 200 positive net damage, the only one in his team.
Hmm.
Sai and Berax both on minus 500.
Yeah, it seems that Wild Styles is Max is able to make something of it, but it's not getting them enough points to win the match. So we'll see if they're able to adapt a bit to the next map.
3, 2, 1.
But really nice play there. Well, some very nice showcase of Rob's on VX skills. Ooh.
Blood Temple.
Ooh.
That should be
Going wild
interesting.
with the map picks though.
Yeah, nice to see. I think Blood Temple didn't have the exposure it deserves.
Yeah, it's one of the newer maps, so I can understand. Especially some teams are not as good with the mobility as others, so they want to avoid this map as much as possible. And I could say our team was one of those.
Yeah, I still have the old version and have a bit of... I'm a bit low on FPS here.
You could update. You can keep both if you really must have the
Yeah, I just
missing invisible.
forget it every time.
You can do it now. You can do it now. Just as we wait for the next match to start. All right.
I think I will do it after the match.
I'm not sure. Bax, I guess, is going to be the most mobile here, but we'll see if his teammates are able to keep up with him. Googly is also quite an in-depth mobility player. I'm not sure about the rest though.
I think Rob should be fine.
Rob should be fine. I've not seen him with his mobility as much as other players though.
And Verax can strafe as well.
Okay. It'll be interesting to see if we have many falls this time or not. We had a couple of falls from Barracks last game, if I remember correctly. But here we go.
How about a guess game again? I go for 5.
Everyone going straight up to the top.
Oh.
But will the points fall up there?
What kind of tactic is that? Staying on
Rise
top?
decides to jump into the lion's den. See if he can do any damage before the point spawns.
Point is
And
spawned.
Rob decides to join him.
Oh.
So you have Varix going straight off to get to the next point. Sai nicely following, and 3 of them able to take the point. Roll to start with. Ooh, Bax almost finished off by Rise straight in.
It also
And
looks
Bax is first.
as if they have some kind of trick up their sleeve, the All-Star one. Maybe
But they are the
have
first
some
2 to be
tactics
finished
here.
off.
Rise is gonna win
We'll see
this.
if that blood sacrifice does anything.
Rise is gonna win.
Cool.
Wanna win this because it's the map he made.
Mm.
He has some pride to serve.
Has to show his dominance.
Yep. His 99 dominance and power.
Orange are able to take back the point, but he will move.
Nice team play there from Sai and Verax. Oh, point move to the center. Rice is already there.
Saw it coming. I wouldn't be surprised if he led that.
And Bax gets taken down by Rice and Rob. Now Sai
Cyrax
has...
falling once again. Although maybe that gives him a faster rotate on. Ooh. Points are very equal at the moment. It's a big plus up. Psy finished off though. Getting blue. Ooh.
So it's 3 faults already, or what?
Very hectic this round. People's bodies flying left, right, and center.
Yeah,
But
Allstars
losing
1
able
of course
to-
has to fight really hard to stay back in, to stay in the game.
Yeah. Blue are keeping a lead, but it's a bit less than last time. We'll see how everyone navigates the bottom. Oof. Nasty damage on Googly. Orange able to get a bit more points back in, but have a couple low healths here, so they're very hesitant to keep their feet on the ground. Allowing Googly to come back in. Although Rob is finished off, Max is finished off. Have a 2v2 here with Orange very low, Psy finished off. Varric's nicely able to finish off Rise just before he gets finished off. And Googly not able to get any point control with Varric's on. And we have everyone returned all at once. Vax swiftly finished off, unfortunately. And Psy unable to maneuver his way out. Varric's still holding on. Just about finished by Rob. But we have the point move. Be a long trek to pit. Across the bridge. See if there's any fighting that happens.
Oh, Verax takes
Seems the
risk
blue
away.
team is very fast to get there. Although Rise is finished off on the way through the doors. Orange team are trying to hold the doors as Varric's gets in. Has a 1v1 with Googly here. As the rest of the team pours in. Googly doing some nasty damage to Varric's. Varric's almost finished off, but does a bit more. Varric's holding on by a thread, finished off by Rise. We have Googly hold it. Finished off by Psy. Vax very low, trying to harass either way. Nicely finishing off Rise, getting a bit that point control back as the rest follow in. Ooh, Rob holding on by a thread, finished off just as Googly enters. And we have the orange team take it back.
Nice air kills.
Just a bit more. Point is moved again. Barely a 30-point difference. And we're already halfway through the match.
Bex should be
We'll
first.
see if this hits 300 or not. This might be a close one.
Closely followed by Rob.
We'll have a nice 1v1 hit to watch. Just as Rise gets here. No damage dealt. As new teammates come in. Psy takes some nasty damage and is finished off by Rob though. More blood sacrifices for the blue team. And Vax finished off. That's a dominant hold at this point.
Yeah,
Long time for Orange team to get back.
now they all come
But
in
Rise
one
is
by
nicely
one.
finished off. Psy's given a nice opening for the rest of the teammates to come in. Hopefully they're able to capitalize on it.
Oh,
Rob nicely finished off. Googly very low and finished off by Vax. They're able to close the gap just a bit again. Rise very aggressive, but is finished off before his teammates get there. They are able to luckily finish off Psy though. Keep it even on
point
the
move
point.
to top. Rise
Have
is
Rise
first.
getting there first, followed by Psy. Still have fighting happening on the disc.
Oh,
Psy almost gets finished off.
Rob falls
His
down.
teammates are unbound.
that's the fourth, I think.
Ooh.
I hope we get the 5.
Ooh,
There's 5.
Varric falls off to his death.
There's 5.
Very unfortunate. They were just closing the gap, there was barely 20 points in it. But that's gonna have a hit. Ooh. Rise finished off Psy. They break 200, blue team first. There's 30 points in it. Oof. Orange able to keep some point majority here with Rise falling off.
Now they
Really
need
making
to...
an entrance though, and the point moves back to pit. You can see who notices first. Spectator, Rise, unfortunately
Sixth.
falls straight into the blood. Googly and Verax on the way in. This previous 1v1 did not go well for Verax, but we have the rest of the team flow in. Oof. Very hectic point, it feels very claustrophobic with the lamp and the way of jumps. Rise is first of all here. Verax finished off like Googly side very low. And he gets sent flying by Rob. Rob versus Bax 1v1, then Bax is cleanly cut in half by Rob. Seems they're going to hold on to lead at this point. It might be best for Orange to stay out of the pit, but everyone drops down anyway.
Also, Rob doesn't dominate this heavily in round 2. But all are, yeah, net damage is a bit low on everyone.
Mm.
Because
I
of
think
the
the fall damage has contributed to that. Ooh, nice finish on Googly by Bax and Sai. Rob very low, trying to do something with his remaining sort of health. Ooh, that's 2v2 happening again. But the last two teammates come in. Sai's first to be finished off. Bax looks panicky, doesn't want to be sent away. Oof. Nicely finishes off Googly. Gets a bit of a sandwich there. And Orange able to get some points back. But there is only 15 seconds left. I don't think they can cover this gap. Yeah, Blue going to finish this in the lead. Another close game, but just Blue team kept their lead from a few falls from Orange. And every time Orange made close the gap a bit, they were able to equalize it again. Every time the point moved. But fun game to watch.
Just as expected, Allstars 2-1.
Yeah, they were able to cover each other's weaknesses. Rob was able to hold points solo while his teammates came in. And Bax's teamwork prowess wasn't able to balance out Verax and Sai as nicely as needed.
But I think both teams had some nice plays. Like,
Well, we have the top
start
6
of
players
round.
here, so it would have been disappointing not to see some good players.
Yeah.
I think my favourites were a couple of Rob's solo holds of points. I think once where he got a double kill on a 1v3 before his teammates got back. I think was my favourite moment. And then we just have the fun moments, people falling to their death in the blood. Which you can't not enjoy. As long as it's not happening in PE.
Yeah, Googly also had a nice double kill on Taspir, where he entered the point
Yeah,
and
yes
just
he did.
shredded away Sai and Verax, I think.
Yeah, he always makes nice entrances. I think Sai was able to do some good harassing with those dualies, but people got hold of it Like I think Rob started getting killed a few times by him, but was able to very quickly adjust to it.
I think we have a new guest stream.
Hello. We welcome
boys.
Greater Druid Googly Moogly.
That was a nice event. It was a bit unfortunate that we had to play with these kind of pings, but I think it was a great way to finish off the season.
That was a very fun game. How do you feel playing it?
I mean, I have learned over the season that you can never be offensive when you're on high ping. So it felt like I'm just standing back hoping that Rob and Rice are doing the job. But I mean, Rob also had high ping. He was doing a impressive work first round.
Yeah.
Very nice play by Rob. I felt a bit out of place myself, but it's great. It's a great way to play the game, bring the strongest player of the seasons together.
Yeah.
I have a question. Why didn't you just switch the servers in the second round to play one match on EU server?
Because Rob would have 200 plus ping, because that's like unplayable. He's
okay.
in the Midwest or something. He's in the west of the United States. So we are as far from the server as he is right now. So that's why it would have been the colors would have been red for his ping.
No, it worked out. It seemed obviously there's always the odd lag bits which influence your play, but spectating, it didn't seem to have as big an impact as I've seen it have before.
Did you already present the nice website?
Not yet.
No, we have not.
We couldn't finish the stats in time. Not sure if we want to go over those.
Yeah, we wanted to hear your insight as well. As we go through them, we have a lot of tables to go through.
I mean, once you're here, I'd also like to hear your insights on the match, on the last match of the season.
Yeah, we had put great effort in preparation. We had a game plan laid out, and for all eventualities of losing the first round, winning the first round, we had kind of a strategy to how to change our playstyle. But in the heat of the moment, when it was high adrenaline and the decision making was under pressure, we couldn't quite live up to our own expectations. We wanted to play more defensive second round if we lose the first round, but then the timing didn't work as we planned. Usually we try to time the kills at the end of a circle, so we have HP advantage next circle. But it was the opponent team did a great job by playing very offensively, especially backs being everywhere, to get to reduce our composure, to make us nervous, and that's why we couldn't play the way we wanted to. Although some parts we did quite well, I think. Overall, it was just two strong teams fighting one another, and we are not salty about losing because we recognize that.
Yeah. Were you? It was I think a very even matchup. But were you counting points? Was there any sort of meta game going on?
Yeah,
recording the last standings.
THotS was completely in charge. He's like the brain of the operation. He has many details which he got used to over the season, like telling. I don't know if you know, but I just tell it. It's open knowledge, but I think many teams don't know it. So every rotation of circles is identical insofar as every circle will appear once and then the cycle starts over. So you can know which is the next circle. And you can see this in our behavior. Ocean Complex, we knew that...
Yeah, there was a few times I noticed THotS was already on the point before you even moved.
Yeah, and one time I was as well, because we knew next circle. Because of the end of the cycle, you know exactly which will the next point. So maybe you get a good respawn, you move there. Especially it was, I think, far platform to the second rooftop. So I had like 5 seconds being alone, getting some ticking points.
Oh yeah, I remember.
THotS is the guy who also said, well, we have 160 points advantage in the score. So if we lose, let's try to lose close. Let's try to play.
Yeah. That's what we suspected.
I was noticing that towards the end of the second round that there wasn't enough of a point gap. I was wondering if Bax's team would try and lose it on purpose so they can try and get a bigger lead in the third round.
That would have been a nice idea. I didn't even think about it. But I think Bax had time struggles. He had to leave leave with his family to some place, he said, and that's why I think they were kind of in a hurry. But there would have been a meta gameplay to say we lose to have a second try to win even stronger.
Yeah, it would have had to be planned beforehand. I imagine it'd be very difficult to think of that on the fly while you're in the middle of the game, weighing all those other factors, especially with someone like if THotS is keeping track of all the points and whatnot.
Yeah, THotS did a great work with that, but we weren't planning on losing, so to say. It was it was not on our mind in the first place. We didn't start and say let's lose with a close margin, but we were confident that we can win. And then we saw first 2 minutes, like when I fell into the water, we had 50 points disadvantage on Ocean, and in the end we only had 15 points. So it felt like we were stronger in the second half of Ocean Complex.
Yeah.
And that's why we tried to go for winning second round. We were confident to win Vijun, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, it was very close games both times.
I think it was nice. I think it was nice to play. It was nice to watch. I will definitely watch VOD.
Yeah, it'll be good to watch.
Many people
somewhat
here
ashamed
say,
that. Sorry, you go first.
Many people here say we should get rid of that next season and randomize the cycle of the circles.
I mean, we did assume it's random, and I think that's what most people thought. I think it should be that way anyways.
The order within every rotation is random, so it can be a different order every time, but when there is a cycle, so
it's like a seed. Yeah, it's a set order once it's randomized.
Exactly.
For one round.
Yeah, one rotation of circles, you can say if it's, for example, Ocean Complex, and you have had the 5 previous points and like far platform is missing, next one has to be far platform, but you can't tell what's next afterwards. It doesn't repeat the order.
How long did you? When did you figure this out? If I may ask.
I always had it in the back of my mind, but I never thought about it, and only like a week and a half ago. I think week 13 match, maybe not. Definitely this match, but sometime it just occurred to me, well, we can make use of this. It's like a mental blockade of, I knew it all along, but I didn't consider its important knowledge for strategy. Yeah,
it's a lot to have to think of while you're in the middle of the match, and then you might forget about it to consider other things once you're done.
Exactly. Which stats have you shown so far?
We showed the week 14 final standings, and we discussed a couple things, but we didn't show much in terms of the tables that you sent in.
Yeah, I don't think we have to show all of them, just in case there's something interesting, like maybe the development of the standing, that one, the little video I made.
Yeah, I think I sent that to Leagueman, but we weren't able to show that before this match started.
Yeah, which one is it exactly? Is it ranks.mp4?
Exactly, that's
yeah.
Okay, I'll try and make it work. I've never put a video on stream.
I guess if you open it in a new tab, you can just record that region.
In the browser tab?
Yeah.
I haven't prepared my browser. I'd have to do some prep work.
That's right.
I try and add it as a source or something in OBS.
Oh, you might be able to.
I mean, not a browser, but a direct video source.
Yeah.
So Verax is also joining.
Hello there. How's it going?
Oh, I'm pretty done.
I noticed a few of your
tough week for me.
You did well.
Yeah, the first game was very awkward for me. I'm not used to the hyping at all. And I ghosted so much at first. I was way too aggressive tried aerial hits
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. That was just not the right play on hyping.
We noticed as well. We said, well, I and
Googly learned that
Barracks are
lesson
not.
previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think it was still nice. And then the second round, you turned it around. That's first round, Bax was dominating. Then I opened stats during the game, and it was actually Sai and Barracks having decent net damage. But I see now in the end of the round, it was Bax on top again. But during the round, I saw that you were actually doing better than the first round.
I think some of
Yeah,
the
but
net
then-
damage fall was Varrox just falling quite a few times.
No, you don't get minus fall damage by falling. Minus net
don't?
damage by falling.
I thought you did.
Oh, I see you.
don't
You
think
died
so.
3 times to.
Yeah, I reset it 1 time on purpose, and 2 times I had just awful rotation. I
think
couldn't jump off the chain.
I think second
I
round had
changed it.
6 falls.
Yeah, and
I
also
don't think all
Sai
of those
was
were legal,
pretty
yeah.
mad against me. I don't know what I did, but he's always going for me. Doesn't matter if I'm on his team or not.
He's a wild player.
Yeah, he
You can
is.
tell.
That's why I tried to be super passive on the second round.
Yeah, it was decent. There was a couple times you were facing off Googly and just about holding your own, which was nice to see.
We did a cool play, by the way, with Rice on the upper disc. Is
yeah.
it the upper disc? Yeah.
think so.
We tried to 3v1 him, like push him into the next player, and it quite worked out quite good.
Yeah, it was nice to see people.
Okay, I think I
get the
might
best
have
of Horizon as I map.
I think I might have the video working. It's on stream and I could start it.
Haha.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Okay.
Okay,
See.
starting now.
So I will just tell you it's the 8 teams we have. Then you see on the x-axis, you see the weeks. So it's week 1 to 14, and you see the development. For example, you see the upper purple graph, it's CoC, and then the development over time. And what's interesting, of course, is RGX, which made a great recovery. They were last place, and then they moved up to 5th place on week, what is it? 11. Very late. And then we have Drunken Eagles, who surpassed DCDA.
Yes, that's a very tragic moment in time for us. We never recovered.
Hey,
yeah,
you,
it's,
you guys won last time, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I remember that also.
Yeah.
But we saw
do too.
THotS beating CoC, so 2nd place beat 1st place, and we saw DCDA beating Drunken Eagles, so 4th place beat 3rd place, which is curious. So it seems like we were a bit more consistent, but you were stronger, at least when it comes to the stats.
Yeah. Like we have a. Do we want to go over the best plays of specific players?
Yeah, we
Best
have a nice table
performances.
for that.
Yeah, we do.
The 10 best performances of the season. Sure, you can put it up. It's the one. Do I post it? Yeah, best performing players in a match. That's how the table is called. It's a top 10 list of basically you look at all matches of the 14 weeks, and then you have every player in a match, not in a round, but in a match, complete
Yeah.
match.
We've got Ragnar at the top.
Yeah, Ragnar had the overall
One
best.
game where he played 1 round, but he got 11 assists and 16 kills and only 3 deaths.
Just give me a minute, I'll bring it up.
That's not the wrong. That's not the right stat, is it?
That's not the right stat.
It
Is
is.
it not?
It is.
16 kills only.
In one.
It's an extremely high KD. It's a 5.3 KD.
Of
Nobody
course,
else ever reached something like it. I think you will see it in a second on the stream, so you can compare.
Hope it's the right one. It's best performing players in a match, right?
Yeah. It's the one.
Is this only?
His best was way better. I'm pretty sure.
Look at the stream there. As you see, first line, he's played 1 round, and then you see the average, of course. If a guy has 2 rounds played, that's not 9.5 assists total, but the average of assists and size case.
Mhm.
So you see a net damage of almost 1.2 thousand on Ragnar. That's unmatched by anybody else. Nobody has a
Nobody even
4-3.
breaks 1,000. Yeah, that's some impressive work.
How come?
So Shaka, exactly, that's the question that needs to be asked. Why does Helgo appear twice? Why does Sai appear 3 times? It's look at the last column, it says match number. It's the guy performing in this match. So it was Ragnar week 6. He played 1 round in that match and he had these stats. And then we have Helgo week 7 and you have Helgo week 3. And he performed like this in that week. Basically, player per week performance. So the best 10 performances over the entire season were by these players.
Yep. Yeah, we have a Sai showing up 3 times here. And the Hellcore twice.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't print the opposing team, but I remember in Ragnar's case it was the match against Order of Peace.
Yeah, it was.
It was quite convincing.
Just punished. Must
So,
have been a grueling punishment.
but it's nice to see the variety of players. To see we have so many strong people on the ladder.
And they're not even the ones that made the top 6. It's
Yep.
It's lovely to see people's different strengths.
Exactly.
But I
Let's
gotta
have a
say one point.
Of course.
I got way better in the last 4 weeks with the team damage and team kills.
Yeah,
It got way better.
we have you there at 8 with week 13 getting a very good performance there, thanks to your lack of team damage. I bet. Let's see what else we could harass there.
You got any other stats that we could show?
I think we could go for one final one before we show the website, which could be the best performance on all teams, or the other one, closest matches. Maybe closest matches is the nicer one to look at. So those were the most exciting rounds for every team.
Tony states that he also died less.
Very important.
Yeah, Drunken Eagles have had a great season. They were continuously improving.
Yeah, there's some very nice games.
Only dropping
Very exciting
one
to watch.
match in the second half.
Hey, let's go.
Alright, do we have this up?
Yep, it's up now.
Okay.
There we go. So what you see is in the rows, you see the name of the team left side. Oh, it's cut short a bit. That was my error, but just ignore it. DBXXD, which is of course DCDA. It's just the way I coded my files. Just imagine it says DCDA. So it's first row. The closest match they ever had was against Team Command or Conquer in the game number 12. And you see that points difference is, in this case, 44 points. Very close match. Overall, over the 2 rounds, only 40 points separating the two. Which is the closest match overall. I think you might want to say it's exactly this one. 44 points difference. Also, RGX against THotS also had a 44 points difference match.
Ah, interesting.
It's a very close one.
Oh, it's nice to see what Drunken Eagles versus STD, like that going to 3 rounds.
Exactly, that's a 3-round match.
70 points only.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
Oh wow. Oh, DCDA against your CoC. That was a nice close one.
So you can see the closest matches. So RGX was very close to THotS in that game. Actually, I'm not sure which lineup it was. Always a question whom they bring to the game, but that's certainly a good sign for RGX that they could perform so well against THotS being number 2, winning today, possibly the strongest team on the ladder.
Trino just asked if S2D has the most close matches.
That's a good question.
That'd be a nice stat. Maybe we can. Maybe that can be figured out with the website stats. Shall we show off the website?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's show the website. That's the highlight of the stat part of the show of today, apart from the Allstars match. I think Leakman can present his baby in this case.
Yeah, just a minute. Well, it might actually be offline, funnily.
That would be unfortunate.
I can't reach it in the private browser tab. But I can reach it in a regular one.
It's live for me. The website is on. It just lacks the last match because Leduc is not available.
Okay.
But just in case he's available, I sent him the file.
Doing some last-minute coding on it.
Yeah. Before the big presentation with the boss.
And a big shout out to Tony for having these awesome player cards. Very
Yeah,
well
it would be
done.
lovely to do those more. I'd like to try them out as well, actually.
I have created the circle for every player, but we don't. Yeah, let's do it. Let's first talk the website.
Yeah, a little project of mine, and with a lot of help of you guys and feedback and so on, I managed to put together a little website. Quick disclaimer: it's designed for PC, so 1080p 16:9. But yeah, the goal was to assemble all the stats and stuff in a more convenient manner than Discord might perhaps be. So we have per season we have a sort of little menu, and then you can reach all the data, all the necessary data for one season. For example, the landing page usually is, or at least now is the standings for season 2. And I think it's just missing one file, right?
Yeah, just
Current standings, yeah.
last week.
It's almost up to date. Just one file has to be updated, and then you can already see the standings under this URL. I think we'll probably make. Will we make a final announcement?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Once the Duke is available for it.
And the final announcement will have the URL that you can reach the page under. And yeah, we have
competitive.community. Lovely.
Yeah, Leduc, I think Leduc bought it ages ago. And yes, we have standings. Then we have an overview over all matches, which looks like this. And I think it already has almost all matches, but the last one, yeah, I just open one random one to show you. So week 14, RGC against Team Lagmeisters. And there you have all the stats, or basically the scoreboard.
It has the team members that are playing as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a 2v2 match. What was?
Yes. I think 4v4 isn't fixed yet. I'm not gonna open this one, but bit slow. Yeah, we have match stats, we have a match table, and we have a list of the teams, so you can always look up which players are in which team. And what I always also wanted to have is the list of the map pool, and then a direct connection to Vertex mod.io. So I think it's not yet decided if we use this page for future any possible future seasons, but if there is a season 3, then we could post a map pool here, and then you have a list of all the maps. And for the maps that are available on vertex.mod.io, you can click the card and then it leads you to the page. So if I go to, if I click Rise's map, I'll land directly on mod.io and can download it from here.
Very, very beautiful site. Thank you for the work on it.
That was work very well done. It also allows us to check season 1, which we almost forgot. You have to scroll way up in the announcement, and here it's just one click away. So it's a history file. It's an archive as well.
Yeah, funnily, Team Hot Sabers was first place last season. Always been strong, staying strong.
Yeah, very close to leaving it there in this last match. So, congrats if any of you THotS are watching.
Yeah, so that's the website. Was a lot of fun working on it. Also a lot of work, of course, but yeah, it was fun. I think it might be useful and interesting.
It is definitely. It brings our entire competitive community to the next level. Having this outlet, I think it's a great representation of the entire project.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's all. We're so all the stats of the matches can be accessed there. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed watching the last match in the Allstars. Unless there's anything else from you guys.
I would just say one thing, just as a prospect for people, because maybe some guys are watching who want to play, or watching either the VOD or when this is uploaded on YouTube, and wonder how they can register for next season, in case there will be a next season, but it's quite probable that we will decide to do so. First, when will be the next season? It will be somewhere in maybe 2 or 3 months. We want to have a little break after this. We want to give the developers some time to include a new patch. Maybe we'll have some new features or the game improves overall. And how would you be able to register a team? This is a procedure that might still change, but we have done it in a certain way which we might repeat, and I will just quickly explain it. You can register as a team captain if you want to create a team, and a team captain is just the single team captain as an individual person, and then we come to a drafting part of the season. It will be before the season starts, maybe a month before it will start. The team captains can either recruit players or people can ask to be on a team. And this has two basic utilities. The first is that people who are pre-made can just join, so you're not forced to make some effort. It's just a formal procedure. If you already know you want to play with this guy, he's your team captain or she's your team captain, then just join his or her team. And if you do not know if you want to join a team or which team to join, you can just try to ask a team captain or tell every team captain that you are available and that you're an open agent, a free agent who can then be recruited or who can get into talking with a team captain. That's the idea behind it. So after the drafting phase, we will have several team captains who have assembled their team, and if somebody does not have enough players, so it's not a complete team, they can just merge into another team. So it's dynamic until the end. So we do not pre-register teams, but we pre-register team captains, and that we don't have empty promises of some team and it only ends up with 2 or 3 people, but we will just, in the beginning of the season, merge the small teams so that we have enough teams, enough players, so we can guarantee that the entire season will perform as stable as we had this second season.
Cool.
If you want to register as a team captain, I will write an announcement soon in the upcoming 1 or 2 weeks, and then I will have a list of pre-registered team captains.
Do you want to link that in the chat before we head off?
It will just be an announcement on Discord. I haven't done anything yet for it. I will have to write it. I will do it
I'll
this
just link
week
the
or next
Discord
week.
channel.
Yeah, the Discord link, the Discord invite, you mean? Of course. That's a good idea. How do I do it? I got it. I sent the link in the chat. In the chat.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Have we anything more to show?
Unless you want to go through any of the other stats, I think we're done.
I think we are. I think that was a nice project. We've done it now for 2 hours. A great way to finish the season. Thank you everyone for working today on this this stream and contributing to the broadcast. Thank you every player. From my side, since I've kind of been the head of organization, but I see it as equal organization amongst everyone. So I will just speak on behalf of the entire group of people who have participated, helped make this work, the staff of the VCA Discord. I hope we continue the project. It's been very great for me. I expect the game to become a bit better in the upcoming month, so maybe you get excited to play again. Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you.
Perfect
to all
closer.
Thank you.
mentioned.
Perfect closer. I don't want to add to that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again next season.
Goodbye. See you.
Bye.
See ya.